Hi everyone, this is Norris Tony coming back to y'all with another video. I'm going to get started by reading my book, Walk in Faith. I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to get to reading Managing Your Money. But before I read that, let me read a Bible verse and a prayer. For if we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall also be in the likeness of his resurrection. This is from the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 5. Here's the prayer. I am only as strong as my faith, so I must work each day to keep my faith strong. I do this by bringing God into my heart and allowing him to work through me. I look not to outside things, but to God for my guidance, because outside things are often just illusions. God alone is the giver of my strength, and through my faith in him, I walk my path with boldness, hope, and joyful expectation. Hi, Nola Reeves. Hi, Kiana. Kiana. Okay, I'm going to read Managing Your Money, chapters 19 and 20, and then that'll be all for the night. Okay, chapter 19, borrowing money. Most people borrow money at some time in their lives. Thank you, Nola Reeves. I appreciate that. A student may have an arranged overdraft to cover unexpected costs. A family may have a credit card that they use for bookings or for booking holidays. Someone who is self-employed may take out a bank loan to help buy tools or a vehicle. Borrowing money can be very useful in helping people to achieve their goals, but borrowers need to manage their loans carefully to make sure they can pay back what they owe. This chapter looks at different kinds of borrowing and the risks that they can bring with them. Looking at overdrafts. Once you have an over 18 current account, you may be able to have an arranged overdraft. This would allow you to withdraw extra money from your account up to an agreed limit. Some bank accounts, such as student accounts, offer arranged overdrafts that are interest-free, but most account holders are charged interest for using money for an overdraft. What about unarranged overdrafts? Going overdrawn without authorization from your bank is never a good idea. Charges for using an unarranged overdraft can be as high as $20 a week. If the money in a current account is getting low, it's easy to go overdraw without realizing it. Once you have an over 18 current account, you will need to keep a close watch on your balance to make sure you never go overdrawn. Adding interest. Have you ever borrowed money from someone you know? If so, you may have promised to pay it back within a certain time, but you probably didn't have to pay any extra charges. Sadly, the world of loans doesn't work like this. When you borrow money from a bank or company, you agree to pay back the loan and to pay interest on the amount you've borrowed. Interest is a percentage of the total sum you've borrowed, and it can range in size enormously. Looking at interest rates. The amount of interest you pay on a loan is shown as an APR, or annual percentage rate. All lenders are required by law to show their APR, and this helps borrowers to compare interest rates. Credit cards have a much higher APR than bank loans, and the APR on store cards is even higher than on credit cards. Making repayments. Most repayments on loans are made in monthly installments with interest added to each payment you make. So the longer you take to repay the loan, the more interest payment you will have to make and the money you will end up paying. Types of borrowing. There are many different ways to borrow, but here are just a few. Bank loans. Banks offer loans to their customers, so long as they are sure that the borrower can afford the repayments. Banks charge lower interest rates on repayments than most other lenders. Higher purchase deals. Some sellers of expensive items such as cars or furniture allow their customers to pay in monthly installments plus interest. Customers can take away their purchase straight away, but paying back the loan can take months or years and end up costing a lot more than the original price. Credit cards. Credit card companies allow card users to borrow money up to an agreed limit. Card holders use their cards for spending and pay back what they have borrowed in monthly installments. Credit card repayments. Credit card companies offer 3 monthly repayment options. You can pay back the full amount you owe. You can pay back part of what you owe. You can make the minimum payment. If you repay the full amount, you will only have to pay a small handling charge. But if you choose one of the other options, you will have to pay interest and it will keep mounting up each month. Credit card danger. If you just make the minimum repayment each month, your repayments could drag on for years, with the amount that you have to pay back growing every month. A borrower could spend 30 years paying off a debt of $3,000 and end up paying many times the original debt because of all the interest that has mounted up. Store cards. Store cards can be used for shopping in a store or a chain of stores. They have lots of tempting special offers, but they have extremely high interest rates. Hi, just the T, please, 93. Hi, welcome. Changing rates. Some loans have a fixed interest rate, so borrowers know exactly how much interest they'll be paying each month. But many loans have a variable rate. This means borrowers need to keep checking to see how much interest they will be paying. Credit card and store card companies often offer a low interest rate as a way of encouraging people to borrow, but once a borrower starts using their card, interest rates can rise very sharply. Card holders should always check the APR on their monthly statement. If they are unhappy about the interest rate, they have the right to change to a different card. Problems with repayments. Borrowers who are late with their repayments on a loan or a card have to pay a fine. And if they miss a payment or their payment is very late, it will affect their credit score. What's a credit score? A credit score is a record of a borrower's repayments on loans and cards. When people apply to a lender for a loan or a mortgage, The lender checks their credit score before deciding whether or not to offer them the loan. Credit scores are sometimes known as credit ratings. Emergency borrowing. People in financial difficulty may sometimes need a short-term loan just to keep them going until their next payday or until they can get hold of some more money. Payday loan companies offer short-term loans, but they charge their borrowers very high repayment rates. Beware of loan sharks. Sometimes people in need of money may turn to illegal lenders, often known as loan sharks. These lenders may start off seeming friendly, but if a borrower falls behind with repayments, they can soon turn very nasty. Instead of sticking to a set interest rate, they rise their repayment rates whenever they wish and may even use violence to get the money they want. Getting into debt. Once repayments start mounting up, people can find themselves struggling to pay back what they owe. It's all too easy to get caught in a vicious circle where borrowers need to borrow more in order to make their repayments. Trying to keep up with loan repayments can feel like running as fast as you can, but still falling behind. Fortunately, there are places where people can go to discuss their debt problems and get help with managing repayments. Four golden rules of borrowing. Number one, don't borrow more than you have to. The bigger the loan you take out, the bigger the repayments will be. Number two, pay the money back as soon as you can. The longer you take to repay a loan, the more the cost will mount up. Number three, make sure you have a plan for repaying your loan. Set aside enough money each month to make the repayments. Number four, be sure not to miss a repayment. Missing a repayment will mean you have to pay extra fees and can affect your credit score. Okay, and that was the end of chapter 19. Okay, I'm supposed to read chapter 20 and then I'll be done for the night. Okay, chapter 20, gambling. When people gamble, they take risks with their money, even though they know that the chance of losing is much greater than the chance of winning. Gambling can happen in a public place, such as a casino, a games arcade, or a betting shop. People can gamble at home and can access betting sites on the internet. Internet gambling is a very big business, and many people gamble online in secret. Gambling is a high risk activity, and for some people, it can be dangerously addictive. Gambling can start early. It is against the law to gamble if you're under 18, but there is evidence that gambling can start early. Some under 18 bet on card games and play on slot machines. Children are widely exposed to gambling ads, and many computer games mimic the experience of gambling as players compete to build up piles of virtual money. Hi, Chanel. Gambling is addictive. Some people find that once they start gambling, they just can't stop. Even though they know they're losing money, they keep on going in the hope that their luck will change. Gamblers can easily get caught in a trap where the more they lose, the more desperate they become to win their money back. Okay, and that was a very short chapter 21, or chapter 20, I mean. Okay, that's it for reading. But for right now, well, I'm sorry. next time on the next live, I'll read the last two chapters, chapters 21 and 22. Then will be the last two chapters. And then also there's other things I might do a special live on about this book. Yeah, I think I'll do a special live on this book, so y'all will know. But I'll let y'all know in the next live after I read the last two chapters what the name of that live will be. But like I said, it will be a good one because you will learn that live. You can also learn a lot about money and terms and things like that. But yeah, how did you all think I did tonight? Reading those two chapters. Did y'all like the live? Did y'all like the two chapters I read? 3 people and 8 likes. I feel good. Well, while the 3 people in the chat, y'all can let me know how I did. Feel free. Because like I said, I'm 2 more chapters away and I'll be done with this book. And then after that is some extra like index, like some extra stuff I can read too. So y'all will know. Like it'll be like it's something in there in this book about finding help and advice. And then there's something else about money terms and what they mean and stuff like that. I do that stuff on the same live. So y'all will know everything and there needs to that y'all will know everything that y'all need to know about managing your money there. In the quiz part, I'm not going to read that. That's just quiz about answers and stuff. I'm not going to read that, but I'm going to do 2 more lives on this book. If y'all want to know where to get this book from, y'all can get Managing Your Money I got it from Amazon. It's or Amazon.com, and I paid like $10 or $11 for this book, so I didn't pay very much for it. Okay, thank you, Chanel. Thank you, Just the T. Please, 93. But yeah, unless you all have anything else to say, I think I'm going to end this live, and then I'll come back again, probably most likely next Monday, to do chapters 21 and 22 of Managing Your Money. But I want to thank Kiwana for coming. I want to thank Nola Reeds for coming. I want to thank Just the T, Please 93, and Chanel D Queen for coming. You all definitely should check out Nola Reeds. She is amazing. She's a great content creator. I love her page. She's from New Orleans. She got a nice Southern accent. She's a great content creator. Y'all definitely should give her a try. Check her page out, subscribe. That's her, the name that's in the chat, that's her name, Nola Reeds. So go check her out. Y'all would definitely like her page and like her channel and like how she does her commentary because she does a great job. But you all should check each other out and, see what you can learn from each other. Just support one another because that's what we're here to do. Not only support ourselves, but support each other and, be as positive and motivating as we can because I think that's the best way to be. But yeah, we're 19 minutes in this live. I have 3 people and 8 likes. That makes me feel good. Like once again, I want to thank you all for coming. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you all like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like. Once again, thanks for coming, and you all have a good night. Peace.